All right, let's talk about Tua and the Miami Dolphins. Because, on one hand, I'm sure if you're a Dolphins fan, you're very disappointed that you lost the game. It was a winnable game, and now if you're going to make the playoffs, you really, have a very slim margin for error at this point, right? On the flip side, though, I thought Tua played pretty well, and I think this game kind of showed he really is the straw that stirs the drink, so to speak. Did some really nice things out there, and so I wanted to make a film study and talk about what he did so well. So, and there were some issues. We'll talk about that as well, but yeah, let's just get into it. Let's start off with this play, why don't we? So this is going to be kind of a classic thing that just Tua does that it doesn't seem like much, and you can see why other players, like the receiver's going to get the credit for this play, and listen, Tyreek Hill deserves credit for this play. It's a one-on-one matchup right here against man coverage, and watch how off the corner is going to play right here. Watch. I mean, you see he's, again, doing the thing you kind of have to do against Tyreek Hill, right? There's only a single safety deep. He can blow by you. You kind of have to give him like 4 yards of separation right here underneath, or you're going to get burned down the field. The issue, of course, is this was a 3rd down and 9, so you're almost giving up the first down if you do this. So, again, Tyreek Hill, really dangerous player. But watch when Tua throws the ball. I mean, he gets rid of that ball so quickly. He was even a bit awkward as he was doing it. Didn't really have his feet fully planted, but he knew the timing of that play was far more important than making sure that you put a pretty spiral under it, getting your feet planted. And hey, he threw an accurate ball anyway. Maybe not quite as much zip on it, but again, he threw it quickly enough to make it work. So it's that timing stuff that Tua does that's just so effective. Like this one's another one where what's going to happen is that it's, a man coverage concept. You see the receiver that he's going to want to throw to right here. This is actually Jonnu Smith's route, so watch what happens. Tua takes a snap. He looks in Jonnu Smith's direction. And again, I mean, you see Smith, as of right now, is just starting to get open. Again, situation matters. It's a 3rd down and 3 right here. But you look at Tua, I mean, he is into throwing motion. He is getting rid of the football right now, which is just what you love to see as a Dolphins fan. No one gets the ball out of their hands quicker than Tua does on these types of plays. As you see, accurate throw. Again, that's kind of the difference, right? It's something that you look at and it doesn't seem like much, and almost can even be like, oh, he hit the open receiver, whatever. But like this is why when Skylar Thompson is out there, the offense just does not run anywhere close to the same level as it does when Tua is out there. This one, too, which was a key one here, just allowed them to do a couple of things. For one thing, it's a 3rd down and 9. So if you give the ball back to Arizona, you're giving them the final possession of the half, essentially. So definitely don't want to be doing that. You have Jalen Waddle running a route. It's going to essentially be a one-on-one matchup on the outside right here. Tua takes a snap, and again, the timing here, I mean, you see when Tua's getting rid of the football, Waddle isn't even really cutting here. I mean, he's kind of just starting to cut, I guess, right now, but Tua is just solely relying on, understanding that, hey, this is when Waddle's going to cut. Waddle's very good. He's probably going to get open. Let's just make sure I give him this chance. But watch this, again, perfectly timed throw, but also perfectly accurate throw. That one did have a good amount of zip on it, and they're able to get the first down on a 3rd and 9. That's a huge play in the game. I know it doesn't seem like the biggest play you'll ever see, but if you think about it, I mean, that allowed them to, instead of letting Arizona have a drive where they could potentially put up points and tie the game, Miami had a long drive. They scored 3 points of their own, and they were able to, go up 6. I mean, that's a big swing right there. It might be a 6-point swing. It might be a 10-point swing. We don't know what Arizona would have done. Maybe it would have still just been a 3-point swing, but that's still a lot of value there. And of course, this play later on is probably the more highlight reel level play on this drive where it's a one-on-one matchup, Tyreek Hill on the outside. Hey, Arizona, what are you doing? Don't do this. I thought we all agreed that this is just not what you do when you're playing Tyreek Hill when Tua is out there. Okay, maybe if you have, maybe if Huntley's out there, you can do this, but not in this situation. Watch how when Tua takes the snap, he's going to fire one right here, and there's I guess there is a window, right? But I mean, this is not a huge window, right? As much as I'm sitting here and saying don't leave Tyreek Hill one-on-one, this is good coverage. The corner's is holding his own right here, so you got to give him credit. It's Max Milton, again, doing what he can here against Tyreek Hill, but there still is a small window if Tua can make a great throw. And make a great throw, Tua does perfectly on the money right there. So yeah, that allowed them to, that was a 3rd down and 2 as well. So big swing. If he doesn't hit that, they probably punt the ball back, and it's kind of the same thing I'm talking about. So being able to convert on 3rd downs as a quarterback, ton of value in that. Really good stuff here from Tua. Heading over to this next play, obviously things were kind of up and down at times in this game, and some of the downs was something like this, where it's a deep shot to Tyreek Hill. It really kind of felt like if Arizona could just get the Dolphins off their game, get them out of the rhythm, which, again, you can say that about every offense, but you can get them out of their rhythm, force them to kind of have to go with deep shots like this, or have to go with kind of, contested catches. That's when you can beat them. Watch, Tua takes a snap. He first looks over the middle, but Arizona did a great job at covering that up. Tua doing the right thing, I think. On a 3rd down and 9, let's just send a deep shot towards Tyreek Hill. Is it open? Not really right here, but hey, it's one-on-one matchup, Tyreek Hill. If it's intercepted, whatever, you hope someone can make a tackle. It's essentially an arm punt anyway. But as you see, I mean, just a bit too short there. Again, not like it was, it's a fine play to make by Tua, throwing him down there, hoping it works out, hoping that Tyreek Hill can adjust to the ball and make the play. He's done it before, didn't do it on this one. But, again, when I want to talk about the good plays, I have to talk about the bad plays. There were some, really, I thought, good defensive plays by Arizona, and then that kind of was able to help, get Miami off their game. This next play is just a fun one, where what's going to happen is the tight end is going to start off blocking and then run a route. Nothing too fancy, right? Well, nothing too fancy so far. First, you see, okay, starts off blocking, is now getting turned around, ready to be, the option right here. Looks like it's designed to get him the ball. But look at Tua. Look at how he's playing this, where he's faking with his left hand as though he's throwing a screen pass towards the top of the screen. But he has the ball in his right hand, and he's going to flip it to the tight end. Watch that fake, and it fools nearly every Arizona player. It was actually a defensive lineman hustling to get over and actually knock the football out. Great hustle there. Unfortunately for the Cardinals, Miami still managed to fall on it. But again, just a fun play. Kind of goes to show, I mean, I don't know. Even some of these wild plays that Mike McDaniel can think up, he can do it with the, with Tua out there. I don't know. Very fun stuff. Have to talk about this next one as well. A big play, 3rd down and 10. Listen, you'd like 3 points here, but that's still a 1-score game. You want to make it a 2-score game and get the ball into the end zone if you can. Although, again, 25 minutes left in the game. Still a bit too early to be thinking about scores necessarily, but you want the touchdown, obviously. You always want 7. Tua takes snap, doesn't love what he sees, but given the way the route concept works, he has room to run. Now, circling him right here, there is a good and a bad thing about this current situation that Tua is in. The good thing is he has room to run. The bad thing is, I mean, let's just be honest. We all know the situation with Tua. I mean, he's been, he just got concussed on a scramble on the last time we saw him on Monday Night Football. Here, though, you are going to see him slide, and to be honest, I mean, he doesn't slide early. I mean, he slides around when you would want to slide, like we have seen guys, have late hits there. I mean, it's a good slide, right? Nothing like dangerous or anything. But I'm bringing it up to show, like, listen, Tua's still going to play the way he plays. Tua's still going to play fearlessly for better or worse. He is someone who isn't afraid to use his legs. And if you're going to play football, I mean, you do have to be able to, make plays. We've seen guys, have bad injuries and come back and play a little bit scared. Tua, again, not playing scared out there, certainly. So, yeah, I mean, those are my thoughts. Again, not an ideal game here by the Dolphins as a whole, dropping it to in a game that they nearly had won, and you could argue Tua could have maybe made a play or two towards the end, did have that botched snap, which isn't ideal, but, like, as a whole, I thought he had a good performance, and I think that this Dolphins team is certainly, it went from an easy win earlier with the injuries to, I still think, a competitive team, even if they ultimately lost this one. But yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.